Hello and welcome to another Chats with Carly, a brand new week and a brand new guest, obviously. But yeah, today I'm excited to meet, it's another connection I made through Instagram. So myself and Hannah have just caught up a little bit, but I'm going to hand across and let you chat. But yeah, welcome Hannah, and yeah, how are you doing first of all?
I'm okay, surprisingly. This week I am good because I can sort of see some end in sight. But yeah, it's so nice to be on here and share my experience of lockdown, I guess.
Yeah, I'm finding that. I mean, I'm loving this. I share it all the time on Storytime, which I'm getting from this. And I think that guests are getting things from it as well. I think it's a bit of an escape, isn't it? It's a chance to connect to somebody else, tell your story, and just leave the bubble of the house for a second digitally.
Yeah. And also when you watch them back from other people that you've spoken to, it's just other perspectives that you speak to your friends and they might feel the same, but it's way beyond just your friends. We're in the same boat, aren't we? Strange situation.
Yeah, we are. It's totally different experiences, and this is what I love about these chats. Is it is total different experience, but we are so in this together. Tell me a bit about your setup. You know, we briefly chatted a little bit, haven't we? I know you're at home with your husband, your 18-month-old, which cannot be easy. I know you've only just kind of left your corporate job as such.
Yeah.
And your plans have changed. So yeah, chat me through that.
Okay, so yeah, I live at home with my husband and my 18-month-old, and he, thank God, is still working. So you've got two people living in a house with an 18-month-old who are trying to juggle work. So I work for myself. I only became self-employed the middle of November last year, and at the same time took on a very, very comprehensive training program to become a qualified coach through the ICF. So that means an absolute commitment to being live 4 hours a week, and then you've got to do the work, and then I'm running a business. So and then we have a 18-month-old who's screaming for attention, literally, quite literally actually. Most of the time. So to say we've adapted to something that is so beyond our comprehension of how we would have to behave is would be an understatement.
Yeah, we're all having to adapt, aren't we? You know, when this happened, it was such, in a way, you look back, don't you, and think, actually, we kind of saw it coming in January. It's a process to March, but it still felt like it came out of nowhere, didn't it? It just kind of hit us, even though we knew it was coming.
There's a weird, almost novelness at the start. I mean, it's an absolute appalling and awfully devastating situation we're in, but to just use the word novel in its purest form, there was a novelness at the start. So we're almost like riding this wave and just waiting to see where it's got, and now we're 9 weeks in, and the amount of change each and every person has had to adapt to is just unbelievable. I'm actually personally really surprised by a lot of people I'm seeing, but also I'm really surprised by us, like how we've changed things, really. And I think the situation we're in either exaggerates everything, but also lucky for me, like team, that is just a major thing. We are just a team, you know.
You have to be, don't you? And I suppose, yeah, and that's something I've not really chatted about to anybody before, and maybe it's a bit personal and I won't ask this in too much depth, but just the strain it kind of puts on your relationship to start with. Because I know for myself, I think it did take a bit of adapting to that working together, because you feel like you both, especially, it sounds like our situation's quite similar. My husband's full time, but he's doing Zoom sessions from home. I've got the 3 kids that I'm trying to juggle, trying to do my own business and work. And yeah, did you feel like at the beginning? I certainly felt it. I felt a bit of a strain to start with as we tried to adapt.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's almost like this didn't happen, but it very nearly did. It's like, whose work is more important, or whose commitments are more important, and you've really got to sensitively, or we did, I think there was a few like, well, I've got to do this, and in the end, I think week 3 we got out pen and paper, and it was like, no, we're just gonna approach it like this. These are non-negotiables and everything around that. So it was, when I say a pen and paper, it's all about Sage. That's my daughter, and it was all about, someone has to give her dedicated time and attention. So yeah, I mean, we're lucky, we talk really well together, but I would be completely lying if I didn't say that definitely to start with there was well, what can you let go of, that, you know, there was some like my work is more important type vibes about it, but and that's going to happen, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
obviously if we're dedicated and interested in what we do, then that's the mindset you have, like my work's really important to me. So but alas, we're surviving, and yeah.
you're getting through it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
certainly, I'm kind of nodding along there and thinking
Mm.
we are sort of now communicating better. I guess to start with, it was probably like you said, just like, yeah, my husband especially is employed, is full-time employed with the
Mm.
NHS actually. So yeah, there's a sense of, for me, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should step back a little bit and do less. But as you say there, where you're sort of ambitious and determined,
Mm.
you can't just sit back, can you? I don't think.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I was very, so my, you know, these things can completely negatively impact us, and I'm sure, you know, the mental health implications are huge, but I knew that if I was going to give up any of this, I was just going to lose momentum. So I just thought, regardless of, and I have to make my business has to work. I'm incredibly passionate about what I do, and I'm endlessly investing in it. So for me, it was, I have to maintain this level of passion and interest, and the only way I will do that is to do. But equally, I'm not an advocate of evening and weekend work. So I think all it's done for me is mean that I've had to really work on that, like Pareto principle. What can I do that is going to create maximum impact in the least time? Which ends up being on film all the time, by the looks of my face is all over the internet. But you know, it is that, it's what can I do with the limited time I've got, and you're doing the exact same, you know, by showing up online and things. So yeah, that it was really important to me to just not lose that momentum, because if I did, I think it would have been really hard to claw back in this environment.
I think so. In the early stages of my mental well-being, I felt it almost take an immediate nosedive, because I was doing a lot of in-person work, and I'd actually switched.
Yeah.
I'd made the decision last year, about November actually, when you made your changes, I made the decision to step back from online. I was feeling sort of pressure and overwhelm from it, and I thought, I love my in-person work. I'd start to get some events and my retreats back up and running, and then wham. So yeah, it's that question, is it to kind of keep going on yourself, your mental well-being as well. So you did that quite early on, really. So do you think it took you about 3 weeks to get going into it as such?
Oh yeah, it definitely felt like a holiday to start with. Like, again, I'm not undermining the situation that we're in, but this novelness, I remember we were eating like awful stuff. It was like every day was like, what takeout can we get, you know? And it was like, it was a real messy situation, which I'm sure it was for everyone, because I've had a child that's gone to nursery full time, and in childcare to here. So it was all a complete mess. And don't get me wrong, my mindset has taken dives. I mean, my current mindset is one of not leaving the house. So I haven't exercised in weeks. So I went through novel, let's do a bit of exercise. Loads of people are doing home workouts. I'll do a bit of work here and there too. All work, like let's run this like a military operation. And now I'm back to just work, and I'm kind of, I haven't adapted to finding a balance, because I'm talking to a fitness expert here, but I haven't even been out for a walk, you know. Like I've been out for like the odd walk, but when you're walking with an 18-month-old, it's not a walk, it's like a plod along. But I was doing all of that. So I struggle with balance, you know. I can't, even outside of this situation, it's I'm all in on something, and then I drop out of something else. Shouldn't really admit that, something I'm working on. But so I either diet and don't exercise, or I exercise like a demon and don't diet. It's just one of those things. And so at the moment I'm working loads, and then I'm like, I'm not going to exercise. So I haven't got it sussed at all. But like work, I'm just glad I'm still passionate about it, really, in the face of everything, and childcare and everything else.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing really well. And back to that thing of that all or nothing, and having it sussed out, don't think anybody has, especially in the situation. I keep saying to a lot of sort of my clients, just connections in general, that do take on a lot of self-guilt, I guess, the shoulds. I should be doing more, I should be moving more, doing the juggle. And I keep saying, the thing I keep saying to them, we're surviving a pandemic, we've just got to do what we can do. So yeah, I think the idea of balance is probably it's probably not possible at the minute. I don't think
so. And you're so right with that word should. I mean, funny, because we've just done this in coaching, but changing that word should to yet. I'm not doing that yet. Yet is very like future focused. Like, that's an opportunity that I can harness at a future time. So I'm not exercising yet. But yeah, there is so much of that should, especially in this situation. And there's no one should tell you what you should be doing. There are opportunities that you could be doing, but maybe you're not just doing them yet. Yet is my new favorite word. I had it in a coaching session last week, and she kept telling me, you're not doing that yet. It's like, yes, not doing it yet.
Yeah, I love that. And it's funny that you say that no one should tell you what you should do, back to that word should. But yeah, I would say actually the person probably putting that onto you more is ourselves, isn't it? And I like to use my little word of the should. I love that yet. I might apply that one. I always like people, when it comes to, I guess this is probably from a different point of view, from the wellbeing point of view, is turn that should into a want, and it almost tells you whether you want to work on it. So I want to move more. And if your brain's still kind of going no, then you kind of think, well, yeah, it's just
that's so true. That's a good one. I really like that one. It's the and if you can't say want with conviction, then do you really want it? Yeah, I like that.
It's good little so we can swap there. We've done a nice little swap. I'll use the you use the want, and together we will suss this out.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, what are you? I like to ask. I'm asking most of my guests at the minute about this, and just to kind of end it on this note, what are your main learnings from lockdown, would you say?
That we are so resilient. That, so me looking outwards, outside of my family and my immediate network, this whole country is like, how fast we have adapted is unbelievable. So I just think it's shown me that although this is a terrible situation, rapid change and rapid positive change, because there's a lot of positives to come out this awful situation, they can happen, and that can have massive impact. So I'm really interested to see how as a society we adapt beyond this, digital innovation and the way in which, like, flexible work requests, how will they ever be rejected now? Because somehow we have, and mine was rejected. That's why I left my last job. But that's really interesting. But for me, I think what I've learned is that we're like a massive team, and I'm thankful every day, because I think it's polarizing. It will show you either are or you aren't. But and also I'm really surprised at, like I said, what I've got done in such a short amount of time, and I think if we all look at things that we've managed to do, I think we'd be quite surprised. It's just taking that time. But I do think you have to give yourself the due sometimes, don't you, that you're bloody hell, we're coping.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think in this sort of, during this time, in any time in life, we are it's too easy to be hard on ourselves. So I think that's a really good final tip to give, and we'll leave it on there. But just to give yourself some credit. Anybody who's watching this, we are surviving, for one. We are getting through this, and actually, like you say, we are doing much better than we probably ever thought we could have done. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I mean, and hopefully we never face this again.
Yes, so, fingers crossed. That's the biggie, isn't it? Well, thank you so much for chatting today. It's been so great to sort of meet you, I guess. It's all these connections that I'm loving. And thank you very much, and good luck with your new venture, adapting. It'll all go great, I'm sure.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.